I think we're on it, around 16.
Yeah.
There's nobody. There it is.
Okay, and Shabbat Shalom to all of those joining us on YouTube this evening. And I hope that you're all about to have a wonderful Shabbat. May it be a Shabbat filled with rest and calm, and also perhaps moments of joy. We will begin this Shabbat with a nigun to get us in the Shabbat spirit. Please feel free to sing along as you remember the melody or as you catch on. If I could ask for a volunteer to help us with the reading before lighting the Shabbat candles.
I'll read it.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Sure. We are holiness. We are blessed. We are filled and sustained by gifts imparted and ingrained. On Shabbat, we rest with intention. We breathe in the divine spirit and release the tumult of the week gone by. We take a few moments to simply be present. We rediscover our connection to our Creator. In that quiet moment of truth so profound, alone with our source, we see our own reflections and find that we have also found ourselves. Suzanne Sobransky.
Thank you. If you have not lit your Shabbat candles yet, I encourage you to join me at this moment to light the Shabbat candles together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue welcoming Shabbat, getting into the Shabbat spirit with the words Lechu Naranana. Please feel free to exude as much joy as you feel as you're singing this melody. If you want to sway, if you want to tap your feet, if you want to clap, all is welcome as we sing joyously to God. Oh, that would be a little high. We continue welcoming Shabbat with the words of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'digur echad, Yishmianu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litzehila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'necha, Ki makor ha'beracha, Merosh mikedem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Shabbat Mekabela. Please rise in all the ways you're able. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uv'sohala, tochem hunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat Mekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat Mekabela. In our last piece of liturgy poems, where we get ourselves in the Shabbat spirit, we sing Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Peace be upon you, angels of the heavens. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem l'shalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please rise as we continue with the words of Baruch Hu. Yai, 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 Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Dai 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 dai. Please be seated. If I could ask for one more volunteer to read the translation of Ma'ariv Aravim.
I will.
Janice. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsebaot is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Amen. Thank you so much, Janice. We continue with words of love, singing of God's love for us. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu v'shochbenu, U'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, Uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki hem chayenu, Ve'orech yameinu, Uvahem negei yomam v'layla, Negei yomam v'layla, Ve'ahavatcha al tasir, Mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, Ohev ha'amo Yisrael, Ohev ha'amo Yisrael. kevod, Shem kevod malchuto, leolam va'ed. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto, leolam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, Adonai Elohechem Emet. Standing on the parted shores of history, we believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. We continue with the words of Mi Chamocha. if I could ask for one more volunteer. I think I saw Sonia a little earlier. Sonia, would you be willing to read that for us?
Of course. Hashkivenu, give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. And of course, we couldn't get that special form of rest without Shabbat. As Ahad Ha'am said, more than the people of Israel have kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the people of Israel. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We continue with the words of Amidah. Please rise in all the ways you are able as we continue with this core part of our service. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el hagadol hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomer chasadim tovim, vekonei hakol, vezocher chastei avot v'imahot, umevii geula livnei v'neihem, lema'an shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah rav lehoshia. Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem. Mechalkel chayim bechesed. Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim ve'rofeh cholim. Umatir asurim. Umekayim emunato lishenei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot. Umido melach. Melech memit umechayeh. Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We take this opportunity to pray for peace. Peace for ourselves individually, peace for our community, and peace for the world. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atah hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atah hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom please take a moment for your own silent prayer. Turns out that if you put your guitar where it's supposed to rest, that it won't fall down during the middle of your prayers. I apologize for anybody whose ears were caused pain during our Amidah. So we continue reading about wisdom shared at Mount Sinai. Last week, we read about the many laws that God said to Moses at the base of Mount Sinai and their first explanation of what this relationship between God and the people of Israel was going to look like. And the Israelites, as we mentioned, had been a little too overwhelmed, so they heard the first part, but then they told Moses, go to Mount Sinai, listen next to that cloud at the base of the hill. I'm sure that's kind of where that voice is going or coming from. And so after they heard God's speech from Moses, Yisrael said, we will do and we will listen. And at the very end of last week's Torah portion, we read that God has a lot more to say. So God instructs Moses to go up Mount Sinai, where God will provide tablets with teachings and commandments. And Moses is supposed to be on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. So this week, we read from Parashat Terumah, the first set of commandments that God imparts to Moses since being on Mount Sinai. God commands that there are to be gifts collected from Am Yisrael. The gift registry includes gold, silver, copper, blue, purple, and crimson yarns, fine linen, goat's hair, tanned ram skins, dolphin skins in the middle of the desert, and acacia wood, as well as oils, spices, and lapis lazuli, and other stones. And with these materials, God commands, V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti betocham. They shall make for me a sanctuary, so that I may dwell among them. What this week's Torah portion explores is the idea of what it means to have a sanctuary. What does it mean to experience holiness? Is it connected to a space? What does it look like to have God dwell among us? In this week's Torah portion, we answer the question with physical attributes. Holiness comes from being in beautiful physical spaces that evoke awe. That is a sanctuary. And yet, we know that beautiful physical spaces are not the only places that we encounter holiness. Those are not our only sanctuaries. The other day, I was speaking to Annie, our director of Gan Sameach, and she was describing a program that she'll be attending through the Jewish Federation focused on Kedusha moments, literally translated as holy moments. As we spoke about what Kedusha moments we saw amongst our children, we listed when we sing Shabbat songs together, when our children laugh as they are running around on the playground, when they go up to one another as their friend is hurt to see if they're okay, when our kids greet one another at the gates. These are moments when God is dwelling amongst them. These are holy moments. And while one could say that Gan Sameach is their sanctuary, I would even suggest that our incredible staff and each of the children are a sanctuary for one another. We are one another's sanctuaries when we provide care, compassion, joy, comfort, and safety to one another. Let us each think of the Kedusha moments, the holy moments in our own lives. Let us seek to be sanctuaries for our loved ones, and may we find many sanctuaries filled with holiness in one another, in our loved ones, in our lives. This is how God will dwell among us. V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti betocham. They shall make for me a sanctuary, so that I can dwell among them. Will you be my refuge, my haven in the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary? Be my sanctuary till I can carry on. Carry on. Carry on. Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti betocham. Ve'asuli mikdash. בתוכם. Will you be my refuge, my haven in the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember? Bring me sprigs of rosemary, be my sanctuary, till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. Cain Yehiratson. May this be God's will. In this moment, we think of those who are in need of their own sanctuary, those in need of healing of body, of spirit, of soul. If you are thinking of someone in need of healing at this moment, please feel free to type their name in the chat, to say their name aloud to yourself, or to hold their name or their face in your heart. For all those names that we've typed in the chat, those that we've said aloud, and those that we keep in our hearts, we wish them a refuah shlema, a full healing. We continue with the words of Mi Shaberach. Mi Shaberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach Imoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We continue with the words of Aleinu. Please rise in all the ways you are able. Aleinu leshabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד. We take this moment to think of our loved ones who are blessings to our lives, who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember the yahrzeits of the following people. Please rise as your loved one's name is read. Stephen Avon, son of Ruth Avon. Philip Brand, remembered by Sharon Sachs. Ellen Brotherton, mother of Joe Eagle. Dolores Granis, mother of Sarah Granis. Rachel Howard, sister of Bonnie Manina. Anna Clayman, mother of Mira Och. Moisha Klein, father of Janice Fontano. Cynthia Schwartz, mother of Sheldon Schwartz. Tamra Toth, daughter of Susan and Chris Toth. Saul Volansky, father of Monique Bradley. Pessel Wagner, remembered by Gary Schwartzman. We now invite all those who are in their first year of mourning to rise at this time. And now we rise as a community with all of our mourners to say the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Ulalmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei Dekudsha Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, Amen. Zichronam livracha, may all of their memories be for a blessing, to which we say, Amen. Please be seated. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, ve'imru, Amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. It's now my pleasure to invite up Rick to share some announcements with us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
60 by 60. TBT's TBT's participation in the Fremont Green Challenge is kicking off on Wednesday, February 9th. Join us at 7 p.m. for a Zoom introduction led by Program Manager Patrick Journey. For questions, check our webpage or contact Susan Schwartz. WTBT's annual membership event is happening Sunday, February 20th. Please note the date change, at 3 p.m. Members will meet on Zoom for I've Never Seen a Woman Rabbi Before and Other Stories, a conversation featuring Rabbi Zoe McCoon, Rabbi Eve Ben-Ora. This is free to all WTBT members. If you're not already a member, there's still time to join. In celebration of Temple Beth Torah's 60th anniversary, Women of Temple Beth Torah invite one and all to join us for a virtual tour of Israel. The tours will take place on 3 consecutive Sundays, February 27th, March 6th, and March 13th at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please see our virtual tour of Israel event page for details, pricing, registration, and payment. Everyone is welcome to attend, no matter where they are in the world. TBT, in partnership with WTBT, offers scholarships for Jewish summer camps. Applications are now available and due to Rabbi Zoe by Sunday, February 27th. See the website or weekly email for details and the application. We're creating a Temple Beth Torah Shabbat playlist. Share the songs you listen to, Jewish or otherwise, that put you in a restful, restorative Shabbat headspace. Student Rabbi Ari will create this resource, which will be available online for all to listen to as part of your own transitions into this sacred time. See the weekly email for instructions on how to submit songs to Student Rabbi Ari. Are looking for more people to learn how to use our new AV equipment and to operate it at services. If interested, please contact me. And thanks to Michelle Eisenbrook for screen sharing tonight.
Yes, a major thank you to Michelle for screen sharing. This was a wonderful gift and a Shehecheyanu moment. This is the first time that she screen shared for us. We are internally grateful, and as always, thank you to Rick for being our president and our AV guy and all of the other things that he does for our community. We now continue with a family blessing. So if you have a family, whether part of your family or a chosen family member in your vicinity, I encourage you to reach out to them. If they are not in the physical space with you, as we said, we are each other's sanctuaries. We can hold the people we're sending these blessings to in our heart. And we say, may God bless you and keep you. May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you. May God's face turn to you and grant you peace. To which we all say, Amen. And now for Kiddush, if you have a sweet beverage, it's the time to grab it. We are going to bless it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים. We continue with the motzi. If you have some challah or some bread or cookies, or last week a pain au chocolat, today it looks like a muffin top. I'm not quite sure, but it looks very yummy. Yes, amazing. And it's chocolate chip. So whatever you have that is flour-based and is able to be blessed by the motzi, we bless that now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon. And we will close out this evening with the words, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. May it be full of rest and joy and perhaps a few moments outside.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.